doing? Hey there YouTube, Shady Bill's Garage here. We're going to come back to you with another first bike review by my son, Chris, who's 15 and just going to start getting into motorcycling, got his permit, and we're trying to find the perfect first bike for Chris. He wants my Thruxton. Probably not going to be his first bike. It might be a little too much for him, but we're going to have him review that one and ride that one shortly. But for now, what we have here is a bike that was designed to be someone's first bike. This is a 2003 Suzuki Savage 650. Was also the S40. When they changed, I believe in 2005, they renamed it. But this bike was around forever. It is amazing that this bike was introduced in 1986 and had no significant changes until it was discontinued in 2019. In 1993, they switched from a 4-speed to a 5-speed transmission, so this has the 5-speed, but it is the same single-cylinder, 650cc Thumper. Thumper is a 1-cylinder engine, and it is very similar to the DR650 engine. So what does that give you? It gives you a very light bike. This bike, wet, from what I've read, with all fluids, full tank of gas, all the oil, everything. 381 pounds. Undershoots really any other full-size first bike. So this bike really finds itself in between the little Rebel Ninja 250s, which I think is too small, except for just learning. And then get into, like, you know, a V-Star 650, which I think is a brilliant bike. Maybe the Shadow 600, which we've also reviewed. And maybe, you know, a little bigger than that, you're looking at an true, like an 800 class. But this is really a good first bike. It is very basic. You have a speedometer with a neutral light, blinker indicators, high beams, you know, your standard gauges, no fuel injection, no ABS. This is a simple bike. Disc brake in the front, drum brake in the rear with a belt drive, silent belt drive. They use very little maintenance, probably a little bit less than a chain. They're quiet, they don't use a lot of power. As long as you keep it adjusted correctly, there's really not much to a belt, and they last a really long time. Once again, it is a single cylinder, which gives it 31 horsepower from what I've read, and 35 foot-pounds of torque, and down really low, where Thumpers like to be. A big single is going to give you a lot of low-end grunt, but you're really not going to have the high RPM power. From what I've read, depending on what road test, at the end of a quarter mile, these bikes were doing between 77 and 81 miles an hour. They'll top out in the low 90s, but they don't rev very high, so you actually have a fairly relaxed ride when you ride it. So what we're going to do here is Chris is going to take this thing for a ride. He's never driven it before. He started it a few minutes ago, but he hasn't driven it yet. So we're going to get a helmet on him and a jacket, and we're going to go for a ride around. I'm going to follow him, and he's going to tell you what he thinks about the, we'll go with the S40 650cc, and what he thinks about it. All right, follow him on the Thruxton. And we're back. Okay, Chris. Well, I like the look. Looks like you're trying to be you look a biker right now.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me what your thoughts of the Savage 650 are.
I liked it. I think the best, this one and the Honda, I like the best, the Shadow. That was the best.
Okay.
I don't know, handlebars were nice. It's kind of light. Steering was good because of the handlebars, and it's pretty light compared to, what was the other one, the black one that I rode?
So you rode, the red one was the Honda Shadow 600.
Yeah.
The black one was a Vulcan 800.
I didn't like that one.
You didn't like that one? Why didn't you like that one?
It was too heavy, and like it felt like it kind of had more like torque, I guess. Like it was really jumpy.
Really jumpy. So just for everyone's, Chris is 15 years old. He's 5'8", and what, about 130 pounds?
130.
130. And then you drove the Ninja 250. What do you think of the Ninja 250?
No, the Ninja 250, like I felt like I didn't really like it that much. I kind of like the lower cruiser bikes, like these ones. You know, that one. It was nice to ride. It was kind of light, also, but I felt like it had like it didn't feel as fast as this one. This one felt like really nice off, like, you know, the line off of idle.
Yeah. So what you deal with? So this is a 650cc. It's a big engine, but it's all one cylinder. So like your dirt bike, it just has low end grunt. And for around town, that's really nice. So do you feel this bike's big enough? Could you ride this? Like, is the foot peg position good? Like, would this something that you would be able to be comfortable riding all day long?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
I'm pretty sure.
So like when I sit on this now, I'm 5'11" and 220 pounds. When I get on this, I feel like it's like a 7/8 size bike. I feel it's a little cramped, but completely doable. If I didn't ride like a Harley, if I didn't ride a Harley, I would think that this was a completely good sized bike. Coming from something bigger, it feels a little smaller to me, but it does feel very nimble. All right, Chris. So here it is, the 4 bikes you've ridden. I want you to tell me which bike would you pick for next year to be your first bike when you get your license?
Well, if I wanted next year, I'd pick the Thruxton. But right now, I'll have this one, number 1, and then the Shadow, and the other one, the black one, the 800. Was that it?
The Vulcan?
Yeah, the Vulcan. I didn't like that one as much, but then put the Ninja on the bottom. So yeah.
All right, you've heard it here. Chris's review of what your first bike should be, and I think especially if you're shorter. Here we go. The Savage 650. Like, share, subscribe. And I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So at 500, 750, and 1,000 views, I'm going to give away a t-shirt. So if I didn't promote that earlier in this video, do me a favor. If you got this far, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.
All right, get my dad to 1,000 subscribers, because if you do, then he'll keep posting, and I'll keep being able to, you know, ride bikes like this. So if you want a t-shirt, there's one right here. Get the t-shirt, because I'm pretty sure, what was it, first 500?
500, 750, and 1,000. I'm going to give away a t-shirt.
Yes, so, you know, if you subscribe, put in the comments.
A random person at 500, 750. So if you subscribe now, you have 3 chances of getting a t-shirt.
All right, yeah, subscribe.